Look at that. Look at that goofy dogs. Look at that one on the pillow. That's funny.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So we left Glen Rose. It was like 100 and what million something degrees, I think. It
Too
was
hot.
Yeah, way too hot. We got down to Fort Davis. Well, we made one night stop in Midland, Texas. That was kind of a cool little place. Easy in, easy out, right on I-20.
Right.
There was an oil derrick running in the background the whole time, but it's no big deal. So we made it down to Fort Davis, and I had prearranged to be at Davis Mountain RV Park. So it's on the side of 17 after you come out of Balmarais. Cool little spot.
Yeah, very nice spot.
Yeah, we got the only spot that has a big tree. Park our motorcycles under the tree in the shade, so that's cool.
More than anything, I'm enjoying the weather.
Oh my gosh, we sat on the patio
So nice.
last night and had dinner. I know I posted some pictures on Facebook of that, but we had dinner out there. It was 81 degrees, and then after the sunset, this one put on a hoodie. She had a hoodie on.
And a little chilly.
Yeah. So we woke up this morning, or we were super excited to go for a ride because we knew it was going to be like 64 degrees this morning. We got out a little bit later than we should have, probably.
Okay.
But our first stop was Fort Davis, National Historical Site.
Yes.
Yes, and it's the most well preserved frontier fort in the United States, and they've been working on it. I was here 10 years ago, and they've done so much work in 10 years. And there was people there working on it today. They have the National Park T-shirts on, and they're in there scraping and painting, and I was impressed. But we got to see the barracks, like the Cav Guy barracks. That was cool. The different housing. So like the commander's housing.
Very, very cool to see all the antique furniture and what they could have been doing at that time, and
lots of dominoes and checkers, and they weren't doing a lot of Netflixing, and they weren't doing a lot
no
of
TVs.
No TV. Yeah, obviously it's the 1800s, but
no electricity either. There was all lamps and oil lamps.
Yeah, even an oil lamp, it was like 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
we were like, how do you get up there and light that all the time? I guess you had somebody to do that for you when you're the commander.
Yeah.
They had a small museum there. We walked through that. We saw a video that was probably from the 70s or 80s.
I would say
Kareem
80s.
Abdul-Jabbar had on a cowboy hat and stuff. That was pretty crazy. I had to go by the first sergeant's office. First sergeant, that's what you do. You want to go by and see him. So went by and saw him. He didn't have a lot to say.
He was a mannequin.
Yeah, he was a mannequin.
Spooky looking
But
one.
it was cool. They had the first sergeant's office. They said that paperwork was his thing. The commander would stop by occasionally and talk to him. It's like nothing changes from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Sign this, sir, and get out of my office.
The one thing I thought was cool, every once in a while you hear the trumpet play.
They weren't.
Ross knows the
they weren't
song.
doing them like by times, but they were doing. And we never heard reveille, but they had like, colors and all those different ones. Yeah, exactly. That you'd hear during the day. That was pretty cool. So we're new to this whole national parks thing. I got a veteran. It's a lifetime veteran pass, a disabled veteran thing, and she saw a stamp, and she's over there playing with a stamp, and I'm like, what is that? So I asked the park ranger, I was like, what is this? And he goes, oh, it's a national park passport. So
there's this thing called National State Park Passport.
National Park? Not State Park.
National Park?
Yeah, National Park.
Passport.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like a passport, and then you open it, and it has like states and where you can find the national parks in each state, and then you flip over into the current one that you're at, and they have a stamp usually in the visitor center, and you stamp it. It was pretty cool.
It's like a passport stamp.
Like a passport stamp.
And even the stamp color, the ink color is coded to the section of the United States you're in. So like we're in the gray section of the book, and the stamp ink was gray. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They said they all have them, so we're gonna try and get one at Big Bend too when we go down there. So then we decided to do the scenic ride. When we checked in here at the RV park, they're super sweet. They brought us this big envelope. They even had like some candied pecans from a business downtown.
They were really good.
Yeah, the pecans were good. And she thought they were going to be like full pecans. And
I thought they were going to have the shell on them, which was...
I pulled them out and they were candied or salted and roasted or whatever. They were good.
Texas State Trees, the pecan.
Yep. So she gave us this map. It was a really cool map, and it was the scenic road route that the Chamber of Commerce here in Fort Davis put together. And so don't tell anybody this. Like, don't put it out. I mean, I know we're putting it on YouTube. I get it. But don't put this out to the general public because the roads here were empty completely and amazing roads.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like...
Everything is green. Lots of scenery everywhere you go.
Yeah, and the roads are... Like you can see here, and the sky, like big sky. I know they say Wyoming or whatever is big sky, but this was such an amazing deal. Twisties, and I was not expecting to come around some of those corners and see those giant valleys out there. And you mentioned the greenery.
Oh man,
how green everything is.
So much green stuff. Like you don't see this in the Metroplex at all.
No.
It's like you're in a different state altogether.
Yeah, and we actually talked to the superintendent of schools here in Fort Davis, who owns the local gun shop. We weren't aware of that, but we stopped in there and chatted with him, and he said that this is really not as green as it normally would be.
Yeah, they say it
been
stays
kind of
green,
dry.
greener most of the time.
Yeah. But you can see the roads are in amazing shape too. The roads are great, and y'all don't give out our secrets here about this area. Just keep it amongst I don't know.
Ourselves.
Yeah, ourselves. Yeah, keep it amongst our followers. Yeah. So there was one. I think it's coming up right here. There was one where we came over the hill, and now this isn't it. That right there. We came over the hill, and I started the GoPro, and I was like, what? Look at that huge valley. And we're about, 6,100 feet right here?
Yes.
So it was 79 degrees. Oh, and then here's... This is riding with my wife right here.
Me standing up with my hands out.
Yeah, and then she decides she's going to steer. I'm going, what is she doing? And then she's like, oh, I think I'm going to steer with the mirrors. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. But look at those, I don't want to say mountains, because people may watch this that are from like Colorado or Washington or something, and they'll be like, those aren't mountains. But
and the video really doesn't do it justification, because those things are way bigger in person than it shows on the video. But they are beautiful.
Yeah. And you can tell the traffic was so horrible. I'm trying to catch up with her here because she's doing some more like freehand balance stuff. But so that was just the first ride that we did today, and I can't wait to ride 170 because Ride Texas says that's one of the best, like the roads that follows a river. Now she's kind of weirded out a little bit because it
borders Mexico.
It borders Mexico.
I don't want to be caught up in any cartel business.
You're not going to be caught up. But one of the cool things is we were on that road, 166, and we realized there's no cars. There was nobody coming or going, so we just stopped in the middle of the road and started doing the tourist thing, taking pictures, and I kept expecting Forrest Gump to come running the other way, like fully bearded out and all that. But we're going to, just want to make a video about our experience, our first day experience here. And
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's worth the drive down here and stay a couple of nights in Fort Davis.
I know it's 400 and something miles from Austin, but, that's the beauty of, I guess, having a toy hauler. You can come down here and do it and stay here. So we're going to do some more rides. We're going to do Big Bend. We're going to go to Marfa. We had lunch there today, but we didn't stay long. We're going to do Marfa. We want to see the Marfa lights. So you guys stay tuned for all that.
And
We also,
then Alpine,
yeah, we're gonna go through Alpine, Marathon, all those. Oh, and Terlingua.
Terlingua,
We're gonna do Terlingua
and
too.
Presidio.
I'm super excited to see. Oh, we learned today Presidio is the oldest city in the United States.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dating back to 1600s.
Yeah, well, 1500 and something.
15?
Yeah, when the conquistadors. But anyway, so be watching for those, and that's all for now.
Yeah.
All right, see you in the next video.
See you next time.
See, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.